I work with a landowner, South Middle Tennessee, and he and 3 other guys bought 700 acres in the fall of 2020. And they didn't, he told me, he said, look, we didn't know anything about habitat management. We really didn't do anything. They didn't manage the fields. They didn't cut trees. They didn't burn. They didn't even plant food plots. Now, in the last couple of years, they've planted some food plots, but I mean, it's like, you know, just simple, cool season stuff. And, but he said, you know, I did have the belief that the birds were being preyed upon and something needed to be done with predators, which is the opposite of what most people would do. Most people would plant a food plot and they wouldn't even think about trapping. All right, from winter, like January through May of 2021, and then in 22, 23, 24, 4 years, they put out dog proofs and cage traps. They trapped coons and possums. They did not trap coyotes or bobcats because they didn't put out leg holds because they weren't on the property long enough to run those. This guy has the most meticulous data set that I have ever seen from a private landowner. He sent me his spreadsheet that shows the traps, the trap locations, the number of traps, the trap nights, the number obviously that the traps were active, the number of predators by species, by date, etc. over all of this time. These dudes are turkey nuts. They are conducting observational surveys on their property. They conduct gobble surveys, and they also have cameras out. They put cameras out as soon as they got the property. In spring of 2021, he said, we estimated we got 5 gobblers on the 700 acres. They trapped that winter. The next spring, and they kept up the trapping each winter. And where's the gentleman that asked about trapping year round? They only trapped from like mid to late January through May. That's when they trapped. Over the course of those 4 seasons, coincidentally, they trapped 702 coons and possums. That's it. Now, they caught like 3 skunks, 1 armadillo, a groundhog, but you know, they trapped coons and possums. 700 coons and possums. Their gobbler counts, their hen counts, their jake counts, their poults per hen counts, did this through the years. Would anybody guess how many gobblers they estimated they had on the property this past April? I was with him this past April. And he said, look, he said, you know, I know this isn't an exact number. He said, but I know we got this many birds because we got pictures of these birds on like the same day, different locations in our observations where we were out. So I know we got this many birds. Who would guess after 4 years of trapping coons and possums that they would have after 4 years? He said 60. That's a bunch. That's a gobbler per 12 acres or something like that.
10.
10?
25.
25?
30.
43. They got 43 gobblers, and I'm talking about longbeards, not jakes. I believe this guy. He is, again, a meticulous accountant. He has all of these data. And while we were on the property, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, you'll ride around the property and you might see a gobbler. You might see 3 gobblers, particularly if it's in, you know, March, April, whatnot. But we rode around and we saw groups of 10 to 12 gobblers here and there and over there. And they did this.